All right, so now I'm finally at the last stage of the painting. And if you look to my left here, I have 7 different gradients from blue transitioning to this same pink color there. And basically, I have 7 different stages here. So this will be blue here, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the last little spot will be that pink hue. So each one gets 1 strip, and the strip is going to go all the way across on the other side. So there's not going to be a plane shift like there is here and here. It's just going to be 1 even value. So as you can see, I'm running low on my yellow tape here. So I'm going to have to make a run to the hardware store and grab it from the painting section. So this video, I'll just tape this out, and I've shown this before in other videos, but right on the corner here, you can just get your X-Acto blade, cut the corner, oops, and then rip it off. On this side, doesn't really matter. You can just like actually, I guess it does matter. So the taping is going to take more than the painting, much more than the painting. Might take 10 minutes actually. So then the next one you do here. Now I'll show you another little trick. So you don't have to use the X-Acto knife every single time, but I'm going to use my thumb, and I'm going to rip off right on a diagonal right there. I hope I didn't rip any of the paper. I don't think I did. Okay. Because I'm going to, oops, this little section is going to be painted too. Blue's going to wrap all the way around, so I have to come all the way around and basically tape off this side and have to tape off the other side. And it does take some time, especially when these little pieces of tape. Okay. I'll do this side too. I'm just going to come around the other end here because it's easier for me to look down. Hope I'm not blocking the camera. Exposing my bald spot. All right, I'm happy with that. And again, whenever you put tape on top of this kind of textured surface that you painted before, you definitely want to burnish it down now and then again before you paint. And then right now, instead of cutting this, because I painted there, I'm just going to hold my X-Acto blade down, and then I just peel off, and it should rip right on that area where you held it down. Same thing here, just exposing a little bit of the line, just a hairline. It's pretty easy to see because of the dark black. And then again, I'm going to put this right on that edge there and try to rip this side. Good, I'm happy with that. I can come to the other side. So you can kind of see it's starting to form. And yes, each individual one, you got to do this. So this will take some time. Again, it's not much painting, it's just a lot of prepping time. Especially these inside angles are kind of, they take time. Oh boy. See, that was where I ripped off the old. So if I rip it in this direction, maybe it'll, perfect. All right. there. Exterior part will be easy. Don't have to do any extra cuts. Now when you paint, I don't know how far I'm gonna take this video, but when you paint, I would definitely cover this and this so you don't have any accidents. Sometimes when you flick the brush, you hit a little spot and then you have to retape it. I'll do this side first. There you go. And again, in order to do that, I just cut it clean and then I rip the rest so I don't cut into the paint and damage my painting. Just like so. There you go. And I'll just add a little piece there, cover it. Gotta come around this side again. I always like to be on the opposite side of the area that I'm laying the tape on, because it's just easier to, crap, I did that again. Pull this way. Easier to line it up with a pencil line. All right, I did that. This I'm just going to do my best. There we go. It's worth it in the end if you do all this work. There's my hair. There we go. All right, we're getting there. Did it again. It's a really sharp blade I have here, and it's really ripping it up. So I gotta go in the opposite direction. There we go. Did it. Poke the paper a little bit there. Cover that up. There we go. Alrighty, almost there. All right, that's basically done. If I was really careful, I could might as well be careful. I just want to protect the rest of the painting, so I'm not going to take any chances here. Taking some of my scrap paper. I'm just protecting outside. Exposing all of my painting tricks. We'll just cross our fingers that we don't touch that. All right, so this is gonna be 7. And again, before anything, I'm just gonna get some paper and I'm gonna burnish this down because it's starting to overlay textured, pre-painted areas. And that's where the little air pockets can hang out and it can suck in the paint. And then you gotta do a lot of touch-ups and it's a pain in the rear end. Double checking this is number 7. Okay, good. Now, since this is a big area, just do a little section at a time. This paint's kind of thick, so I have to be careful. It will dry quickly. I'm trying to flatten out that texture. And just do it right, because you want to go back and do this again. You saw how long it takes to paint or tape and prepare it. I'm dangerously close to that. I should have covered that up, but I will afterwards. Just be really careful right now. I've made too many accidents to not make that precaution. All right, I'm happy with that. Got a lot of paint for some other projects, that's for sure. Come on, get on there, man. And always be aware what's on your hands in terms of paint. You put your hand down on the painting, you stamp it with another paint, again, you're gonna have to repair that whole area. So just be really aware of your work environment and what is on you. So nice and dry. Now I can start to take up the interior tape. The exterior I'm gonna just leave on until I'm finished this section. And like a surgeon, you gotta get in there with a knife. And since this is wet paint, you have to be careful and keep that away from anything. I'll just start to pile it here, I guess. Notice I'm pulling it up together as a group. I don't want to. I put my finger down where I know there's tape. Careful when you're doing this because it does dig into the paper. I could create a little area where you pull the tape off and then it rips the paper, and then you got to go back and gesso it. Or I'm sorry, not gesso, gel matte medium. So that's basically finished. I'll wait for this to dry, and then I'll tape the next number, which is 6, all the way down to 7. Okay.